post to social. It's going out on Twitter and Facebook. There, it's out on social. And there we go. So, all right. And I think we're good. Okay, so we do have one viewer online. So you going to talk about what you've been? So you're going to talk? Are we going to lead with you talking about the Biohack Village?
Let's see. Well, I suppose the very first thing to say is where I am recording from right now.
Okay. That's great. So we're gonna, we got our sponsors now, so that's excellent.
Yeah, we have sponsors. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is super exciting. Super sponsoring. All right. So I'm gonna take a drink and then we can get going.
Little hint of where I am for our video viewers.
All right.
Okay. All right. Let me go back to spreadsheets. Sorry about losing the video feed.
Yep. The pre-roll, by the way, should come right after you say this is two cyborgs and a microphone.
Okay.
And then we'll stick in the other two. We have 3 sponsor announcements today, so
sweet.
All right. You ready? I'm going. Oh, I guess I can be recording, huh? All right. Yeah. I'm gonna count down. You ready?
I've already started, so just go ahead.
I'm recording. Okay. Hello and welcome. My name is Tim Shank.
And I'm Brian McAvoy. This is Two Cyborgs and a Microphone.
Today, Two Cyborgs and a Microphone is brought to you by VivoKey. VivoKey is a platform for digital identity authentication, cryptography, and payment applications secured by subdermal NFC devices. So these are implanted smart cards. Are we still here, Brian? Looks like you got muted.
Sorry. Sorry, I was trying to switch back to video because I have a lanyard from Defcon, where I am, Defcon 26 in Las Vegas. So one of the badges I got was from our competitor, Dangerous Minds podcast. And their lanyard has the VivoKey emblem and name on it. So I wanted to show that off.
Great. So VivoKey is based on the Fidesimal platform, and it is an implantable smart card that you can load Java card apps. So there's all kinds of possibilities. These are not available to the general public now, but the main focus of the company is to become a platform for digital identity. So it's really exciting. Brian and I are both part of the beta tests on these, so we're both really excited to get these new implants.
Very excited, very excited. We were hoping that we were going to have some available at DEFCON here, but they hadn't arrived in time, so I haven't gotten any implants at DEFCON 26 yet. Right. Still Sunday.
I'm going to ask you to pause just a moment here because I forgot to cut out my air conditioner because it's loud on this side. I don't know how hard that is for you to edit.
I can edit us talking.
Okay, it is off.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm going to make sure the fan goes off.
DEFCON.
So should we restart the whole deal?
Nah.
A couple minutes, and once this fan shuts off, it always takes a lot of time.
No, this podcast goes flawlessly every single time. You can tell by our recordings, which are always perfectly uniform and perfect. I said perfect twice. Now 3 times.
Yeah, I can't get the damn fan to turn off on this thing half the time.
Watch your language. There could be children watching.
Hey, that's not that is not a bad word. You can say that all over TV and everything.
There. Oh, okay. Well, damn.
I want to start over, Brian, just to make sure this gets easy. Okay, so let's start over. Sorry, anybody who's watching this video. All right.
You will forget what you've just seen.
All right. So, hello. My name is Tim. Excuse me. Hello and welcome. My name is Tim Shank.
And I'm Brian McAvoy. This is Two Cyborgs and a Microphone.
Today. Oh, sorry. Go on. Say it.
We'll cut that out. We are sponsored by VivoKey. VivoKey is a platform for digital identity, authentication, cryptography, and payment applications secured with implantable, subdurable NFC devices.
So the bottom line on that is it's an implantable smart card. It's an implantable NFC smart card, and it can install Java apps, including, for instance, cold storage crypto wallets, other Java applications that are entirely secure. And it's exciting stuff. Boy, Brian and I are both part of the beta program on this, so we'll both be some of the first people to have these implantable smart cards, and we're both super excited.
Super excited. We were hoping that we were going to get some of the VivoKeys early release in at Defcon here, and when I say in, I mean under my skin of my left hand. Left hand for anyone has religious objections to payment being accessed through the hands.
All right. So, Brian, you're at DEF CON today, right?
I am at DEF CON right now. I am at the second annual pancake breakfast? Yeah. Third annual pancake breakfast. Third annual grinder pancake breakfast. Yes. So if you hear some background noise, it's because of where I am and what we're up to here.
All right.
Pancakes.
Brian, show me that VivoKey lanyard you got.
Hold on.
Oh,
pancakes. Oh, that's good. That's a good pancake. So one of the badges I've picked up so far has been from the Dangerous Minds podcast. Somebody's bringing me something appropriate to put my pancake on. So the Dangerous Minds podcast, their badge this year featured a couple of popular cyborgs, and inside was a lockpick set. And their lanyard, as you said, has the VivoKey emblem and name on it to show that they will be not just providing those soon, but hopefully implanting those soon.
Great.
So super excited about that.
So what have you been doing at DEF CON this year?
I've mostly been hanging out at the Biohacking Village, which if you listen to this podcast and you are at DEF CON, you should be checking out the Biohacking Village for a lot of reasons. Super cool people. My favorite thing to do there as a volunteer is to stand outside the door and just chat people up. Not interviewing or anything, just saying, hey, what brings you here? Why are you interested in this talk? Or why are you excited about getting an implant? What do you want to do with it? And I get answers all over the board, from I want an NFC implant so I can rickroll my friends at will, to I work in cryptography and I want to have this technology with me at all times, to I want to be able to get in my workplace or house without needing keys. Those are some of the most popular. Sadly, rickrolling is very popular.
I don't think that's sad at all. Well, great. So something happened at the Biohack Village that
yes,
they were in the one of our Cooper from Dangerous Minds podcast who works in combination or partners with Dangerous Things and VivoKey did he get started doing the installations? What happened?
Okay, so what happened was, and this is tertiary reporting, I was not there. He was doing an implant for somebody. He asked, have you eaten today? Have you had plenty to drink? And the guy said, yeah, I'm fine. And the guy was hesitant about that and apparently had really rubbery skin. So Cooper gave him one implant and the guy was clearly not into this. And Cooper's like, okay, well, we're asking for a $50 donation. And then the guy was like, well, I want two. And Cooper's like, are you sure, dude? Like, you don't seem too into this. And the guy said, no, I want two. And Cooper started sticking him. And he kept pulling his hand away as Cooper was trying to do this and just not working with him. And finally, the guy became lightheaded and this was after the second one was fortunately in and bandaged and everything, and the guy wound up passing out, which happens. I mean, people pass out. It's fine. It's nothing to be concerned about. But he was unresponsive for a long, long time. And Cooper's knew what to do with this. He made sure the guy was safe and comfortable and not going to swallow his tongue. And eventually, some of the goons came in, and goons are the security detail at Defcon. And generally, they're awesome people. Some people have mixed feelings about that, but they've always been very nice to me. So they came in and were also helping take care of this guy. EMTs were called. And the guy wound up leaving in a wheelchair. When the EMTs arrived, they were like, "Sir, why do you think you passed?" I was like, "Oh, I haven't eaten anything. I haven't had any water today." And they're like, Coop is just like, "You lying sack of..." I don't know. Are we still PC and not swearing? Or
we can all
Cooper was very upset at this man for lying to somebody because it makes us look irresponsible, and we were being exceptionally responsible. So now we may have to have people sign something, a waiver that says, I have had plenty of water to drink. I've had plenty to eat recently, and I'm prepared for this, and I'm fully knowledgeable of what I'm getting into, and I will tell you to stop if I am not comfortable. So this guy may have screwed the pooch, but hopefully we'll be back up and running today and doing the implants at DEF CON again, albeit under maybe a different mentality.
Well, yeah, and I think that comes down to, we are all personally responsible for what happens to our body, and that doesn't jive with being in a public place, a hotel or a conference, something like that, where they do have some liability for this. So I don't know how to solve for something like that, because if they're letting people do implants in their building, they could be liable for this guy passing out and whatever happens.
It just looks bad to have somebody leave in a wheelchair, like into the back of an ambulance. It looks terrible. That's probably worse for a hotel or a conference center or anything. So yeah, I mean, we do need to be cognizant of protecting ourselves, and because that's so important. Because, sorry,
why don't you repeat? We do need to be responsible.
We need to be very responsible and cognizant of, who we're helping with, because not every one of us, not everyone who wants an implant is already, totally on board and ready for this kind of procedure. They may not know, and they need to be well aware that they're not just, getting a flu shot. It's more involved than that.
Yeah, I suppose for somebody like me or you who've had a number of these things, it's old hat. You don't really even think about it as being anything too serious. Well, I know you've had some issues passing out a few times.
What? No.
But,
I'm tough. I'm a dude.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen.
You were aware of the risk, and you knew that was going to happen. Your guy knew it was going to happen, or could happen.
Yeah.
And so even then, you weren't worried about it. You didn't have that hesitation like you mentioned this guy did. Where he was pulling his hand away. I mean, if you're pulling your hand away, obviously don't do it right then. Just stop.
Yeah. Well, the guy insisted, no, keep going, but subconsciously.
I lost recording. It's too many tracks recording, it says. Hold on, let me restart this.
Sure. In the meantime, I know I always talk about mugs and stuff. Oh, are we not live?
We are live. My recording on my side stopped. So
okay.
We just lost like not even 10 seconds. So
okay. Well, I've got my 2xCbMic microphone on. I'm wearing a hoodie in the desert. Digging it. I like the heat. So I'm okay with that. My mug, however, is not my typical 2xCbMic mug. I have a Defcon beaker style mug.
That's awesome. We should put some of those on our Cafe Press site.
I don't know about Defcon mugs.
Not Defcon. What we could do.
Yeah. If we could do mugs like this, I'd be all over that. 2xCbMic beaker mugs. So
that anybody who's listening, you may or may not realize we do have a Cafe Press website where we have some really cool stuff. We have the sweatshirt that Brian showed you. We have some coffee mugs, some other assorted things, pet sweaters, and everything, so you can look really cool. with the
Baby onesies.
baby onesies. Yeah.
Maybe someday adult onesies. I'd wear that.
Yeah.
I'd wear that in public. I'd wear that to work.
That'd be too weird, Brian. That'd be too weird.
Yeah, I'd probably get fired.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're wearing pants over it, nobody would know. It just look like a t-shirt.
Oh, pants on the outside.
Yeah.
I guess sweatpants under this thing.
Outside. Yeah, that's typically how you do onesies.
I don't typically do onesies.
All right. So now, and we're new to the sponsorship thing. So how do we throw in we got to segue into the block pool, right?
Oh yeah. Let's hear about block pool.
Yeah, I want to talk about block pool because it's really exciting. I'm involved in the project anyway. But Blockpool is an enterprise-ready blockchain solutions provider for business. So they have their own blockchain. It's a fork of the Arc chain, actually, which is very fast, very solid. And they use an API interface to our blockchain, to the Blockpool blockchain, that lets you integrate. Let me repeat that, Brian.
Yes, please.
So they have so Blockpool has okay, I'm going to start that over again. Sorry, everybody. So I'm just going to start over. So I want to talk about Blockpool because Blockpool is now one of our sponsors, and I've been involved with this project for the past year. It's an exciting project. It is the Blockpool blockchain is a fork of the Arc chain, but there's been a lot of development. Primarily, it's the Bit API that really sets it apart because it's an API interface into the chain, which allows for legacy applications and databases to interact directly with the blockchain. So for business purposes, this is really a game changer for any business who wants to get into blockchain. It makes it a very easy entry point for them for things like payment solutions and cryptocurrency awards, for instance.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, as people start to trust crypto more and it becomes more of a knowledgeable thing, that's going to be important. And
now, one thing about
they're at the front.
One thing about Blockpool is they don't focus on the cryptocurrency at all. It's really all about the function of the blockchain, and for business purposes, that's really where it should be, because that's where blockchain really is going to shine in the next year, 5 years, something like that. When people start understanding that cryptocurrency is tied with the blockchain, but blockchain technology is what empowers cryptocurrency, but not the only use for it.
Certainly. And in past episodes, we've talked about what blockchain can be used for and just how it works. I honestly did not understand it until you explained it to me.
Well, it is interesting. So have you seen is there anything at Defcon about Blockpool? I know you have a special badge from Monero, right? I'm sorry. Is there anything have you seen any booths or any talks around blockchain or cryptocurrency while you're at Defcon this year?
Actually, the most interesting one was when I ran into a person who I'd talked to last year, and I didn't realize at the time, because last year I didn't know enough about Blockpool or blockchain or any of the crypto stuff to really have an intelligent conversation. But when I looked at his business card that night, he certainly was, and now I have to go find him again because I only know what he looks like and I have his name and contact info. But I want to chat him up about that. There are some booths. I got a badge related to crypto and the like. So I purchased one of those. It's got an NFC reader on the back and everything.
So I saw the Monero logo on there. Is that's specific to Monero?
Oh, sorry. Yes, it is. The person building these was very nice. He was releasing them at B-Side, so I got it before DEF CON even started. He was happy to sit down with a whole bunch of nerds and just talk to us about what the card was capable of. It has two, and I find this interesting because it's related to my long-range RFID project, but it has storage for two different NFC tags. And to access them, because there's only one antenna, you press one of two buttons on the side, and as you're scanning it, so nobody can just bump into you and receive information from your tag. The button needs to be pressed, and now this gives you an option to have multiple readable things on there. So if I want to share my Bitcoin wallet or I want to share my public key, there's a different button for each.
That's definitely cool.
Right? Super cool.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to find a badge maker who's excited to talk about what they're distributing.
Okay. So what else are you planning to do while you're at Defcon? And that goes till next Thursday or Wednesday, right?
Oh, today's the last day and it's only a half day.
Last day. Okay.
So, quit holding me up, Tim. I got places to be.
Yeah, I suppose you do want to get back down there to the floor. Is it so? Do you have any other plans? Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna finish this delightful pancake. Today I'm gonna go visit some places other than the biohacking village. Yesterday I checked out the vendor area. Might need to pick up a Proxmark. And yeah, so now's my last chance to check out some of the other villages. Sky Talks here have been amazing from what I've been hearing. So,
okay,
folks who come to Defcon, anyone who listens to this show would appreciate Defcon, and many people beyond this show would appreciate Defcon. So bring your friends.
All right, yeah, I'm hoping to get out there next year, the year after, one of these times. I definitely want to get out there. I'm busy, so
yeah, we're both busy.
Think about those things until it's too late, and then it comes time where you're there at that kind of like, damn, I wish I would have thought about that and gotten there.
Yeah, well, hopefully you and I can start attending some of the more grinder relative cons, body hacks. What's the other one that we were talking about?
Is it the one you were writing blog posts for? Or
yeah, that's the one.
Biohack the Planet is coming up here in, I think, next month, and that's in San Francisco, I believe. I don't know. That's just coming off the top of my head. I could be totally wrong about that.
Body hacks, that'll be February of 2019 in Texas.
Okay.
So I'd love to go to that.
And that's not the big one. That is the big one, right?
They're all the big ones.
Yeah, I think that is the big one. But I'm not told. So yeah, we are going to start taking
field trips
to get involved in these conferences, maybe even doing some live recording and some partnerships with these conferences. So that's exciting.
I hope so.
Okay. And
should we go to our post roll?
Well, see, now we didn't talk. I think we should be doing 15 seconds on Patreon. So how do we work that in? And then we do the post roll, because Dangerous Things is exciting. And crap, I mean, we both have them dangerous things implanted into some places.
Yes, we are. We were intimate with Dangerous Things before we ever became sponsored by Dangerous Things.
Yeah, so Dangerous Things is now a sponsor, so that's exciting for us. I have 5 implants right now that all come from Dangerous Things. I have, let me say, I have 4 implants that all come from Dangerous Things. I have 2 NFC tags. I have 1 RFID, and then I have one of the M31 magnets, which I believe are still not available on the site yet.
No, they might never be. Magnets are kind of elusive, but maybe we'll have to do a show on that. The article I'm writing for that blog is about magnets and testing them. Excuse me, I was fortunate enough to be able to interview Kasich of the biohack.me forum about what's necessary for testing that type of implant and coding and everything. And it's in depth. He does a great deal of work on that on his blog, augmentationlimitless.com. And so hopefully we're going to get a summary up there on the blog post I'm writing.
All right. And also, we want to talk about our website. We got a brand new website. We have a whole new thing going on with 2cyborgs and microphone. So go check out our website. That's 2cyborgs.com. Either the number 2cyborgs.com or spelled out 2cyborgs.com. We do have links to our Cafe Press site where you can get the cool hooded sweatshirt and coffee mugs, and not the adult size, but you can get baby onesies.
Maybe soon. Well, we'll invite our listeners to email us at cyborgs@2cyborgs.com. You can also shoot either as a You can also shoot either of us an email at tim@2cyborgs.com, or for me, brian@2cyborgs.com.
Okay, so we are off. We gotta get the hang of these spots. So
Yes.
jump right into the like, follow, share.
Sure.
Okay. So like, follow, share, +1, and don't forget to subscribe on any of the popular podcast services, including Google Play Music, iTunes, and Stitcher. Help us move up the podcast ladder by subscribing and commenting on iTunes.
We're also on Twitter @2cyborgs. And Tim, do you want to tell people how they can find our Patreon?
Patreon, you can go right to our website. There's a link on the front page, and also you'll find a link in the support the show section of the website to go to Patreon. Now, we don't currently have the exclusive content, but that's coming very soon. So you can go ahead and get signed up on Patreon, and soon you'll have exclusive content, bloopers, reels, some funny stuff that we've done in the past, all a specific feed for our patrons. So please go check out Patreon.
Sometimes half of our show is a blooper reel. But we'll cut it out for you and make it a nice, neat little package.
Yeah. Okay, so pretty good, Brian. I'm gonna stop the broadcast now.
Bye, everyone.
Everybody.